What if? What if Jesus really did rise from the dead? The answer to whether Jesus rose from the dead is perhaps one of the most consequential questions anyone could ever ask. If he rose from the dead, it means that Jesus is who he says he is, and that he did die for our sins, giving us the promise of eternity in heaven with him. But if he did not rise again, then what Jesus said was, well, nothing more than a philosophy, with some lies kind of interspersed within it, when he said that he would rise again and that he was the Son of God. So the question is there any proof that Jesus rose from the dead? Well, first, it's been established that Jesus really did exist. We know that many people alive in Jesus' time who were not Christians themselves mentioned Jesus. But this still begs the question, did he really rise from the dead? It's interesting that one of the great lawyers of all time who holds the Guinness World Record in defense murder trial acquittals, his name was Sir Lionel Luckhoo, once said this. He said, "I've spent more than 42 years as a defense trial lawyer, appearing in many parts of the world, and I'm still in active practice. And I've been really fortunate to secure a number of successes in jury trials, and I say unequivocally, the evidence for the resurrection of Jesus Christ is so overwhelming that it compels acceptance by proof, which leaves absolutely no room for doubt." So, how did he come to this conclusion? Well, he does what any good lawyer would do. He looks at the evidence. See, those who claim to see Jesus resurrected later died as a result of that fact. See, what I mean is that many early Christians died through torture instead of renouncing their faith in Jesus and his resurrection. It would seem that they would not have died for a lie if they knew that Jesus had not really rose from the dead. They wouldn't die for a lie if it wasn't true, right? And then some didn't believe in Jesus at first, only to later believe and then to die for their faith. One of the great early Christians, his name was Paul, was one of these people. We know that very early on he persecuted and even killed Christians, but later on he met with Jesus and he would die for his faith. And then there's the question of the empty tomb. When Jesus died, it was a public spectacle. It would have been easy for the leadership of the time to show the body of Jesus to the crowds when his followers claimed that he rose from the dead, but, well, they didn't. See, these are just a few of the many pieces of evidence that Jesus really did rise from the dead. So it really doesn't come down to the fact of the resurrection and whether it happened. Really what it comes down to is whether you will have faith in his sacrifice on the cross to find life. And so again, this question is, what if Jesus really did rise from the dead, is one of the most important questions that we can answer. And the evidence is there to say that he really did.